So, good morning, TikTok. I just want to get on here really quick and add some context to the video that I posted concerning someone not being your friend if they don't have the capacity or ability to celebrate you. So, obviously, this person is not your friend. I'm not coming to say that, but I am coming to talk about the flip side of that. The fact that your friend had the ability to come to you and express how she was feeling, it does show growth and it does show maturity. And here's why. Most individuals, they are not mature enough to admit that they are not happy for you, that they are upset that you got it before they did. They are upset that you were chosen, that you accomplished a goal, that you're getting married, you're buying a house, you're getting a brand new car, you got that promotion on your job, you got elevated in ministry. Okay, let's just be honest, people can be upset at that. And most people don't have the ability to admit that. They would stew in it and just be upset and maybe gossip about you. But the fact that this individual came to this person and said, listen, I do not have the capacity to be happy for you, it shows growth, because that individual has the maturity, the knowledge, understanding to recognize, hey, there's something going on with me. I Maybe she didn't even know that it was there until it showed up in her life. Right? So the fact that she recognized it was not a her problem, it was not a you problem, it was a her problem, right? So that shows growth and that shows maturity. And so if you've ever been in that situation, which I don't know a lot of women who have, I mean, you can comment below if you have, but if you've ever been in that situation and somebody comes to say, listen, I would appreciate that, because it can come off sometimes as you can feel a vibe from people and it's like, wait a minute, but at the same time, I would appreciate that. And I would help this individual by letting them know, maybe you need to do some work. And the work is maybe getting some counseling, right? Prayer is a weapon, counseling is a strategy. Maybe this individual would need to disconnect from social media, disconnect from some of their relationships, get to the root as to why, they feel that they cannot celebrate you. And one of the reasons why they can't celebrate you is because they feel that they should be doing what you're doing. They feel that they should be either right where you're at or ahead of you. And it's called jealousy, right? And then they may even go as far as to try to sabotage it, which is envy, where I'm mad that you have it, so I'm going to do something to try to intervene so I can get it. And that happens even in relationships, right? I'm mad that you two are friends, so I'm going to try and sabotage you guys' relationships, right? It happens all the time. So, yes, if your friend comes to you and says these things, you have to protect yourself by disconnecting, setting boundaries, right? Setting boundaries, not giving up too much of yourself as far as like, what you're doing, because they can't handle it. And unfortunately, if they cannot handle you or your success or your vibe, your shine, then they're not your person, and that's okay. And that's okay. But I did want to get on here and talk about like the flip side of that. Like, I'm not discounting and dismissing and throwing away individuals who may have issues with that. If that is you, I'm glad that you're able to recognize it so you can do the work. And so next time when someone comes to you with something that they're celebrating and that they're happy, you can use that to inspire you and not to expire you, right? You use it to inspire you and not to expire you. Meaning, if you're doing something that I want to do and I see you accomplish it, I'm happy for you. And I'm looking like, I wonder how they did it. Maybe I can ask them. Maybe I can go to them, and it's not, and if we are truly friends, right? Because if we are truly friends, you're gonna give me some insights, some tips, some tools so I can be able to eat too. And let me just say this, if an individual is doing something that you want to do, right? And you come to them and you say, "Hey, how did you do that? Can you give me any tips?" I'm not saying give all yourself away, but if they can't give you anything and they don't want to give you anything, then that person is not your friend, because now they have an issue with sharing. They have an issue because they feel like if you get it, then I won't be celebrated anymore. That if you get to that place, then it would diminish who I am. And a lot of people are like that too. And it all boils down to your worth and how do you feel about yourself. That's what it boils down to. Is your worth based upon material things? Is your worth based upon what you have, who you know, your relationships, your job, your education, your house, or your car? What is your worth based upon? If your worth is based upon these things, then it's not worth much. Let's just say that. It's not worth much. Your worth is who God has called you to be. I'm already worthy. I'm already loved. I already have everything that I need that pertains unto life and godliness. And when you have that as your foundation, you are able to celebrate anyone else, because you know what's for you is for you. You know that just because they did it, it doesn't mean that when I do it, it's going to be any less or it's going to be diminished, because they are not me and they don't carry the grace and or anointing that I may have in it. God may be waiting for you to do that very thing, but you won't do it because somebody else did it. And I don't want to come off as I'm copying, and I don't want to come off as I'm trying to be like them or anything of that nature. But my attitude is, and which it has begun to be, is you can have it. If my relationship with that person, okay, how can I say this? You can have it. If my relationship with that person, okay, how can I flip this? If you having a relationship with that person changes my relationship with that person, then me and that person never had a relationship. If you can come in and shift it to where now me and this person doesn't have a relationship and they look at me some kind of way, we never have, them are not my people. That's not my people. Them are not my people. Right? So you don't even have to be upset because of these type of things. Right? If you do the same thing that I do, right? It doesn't diminish who I am. It doesn't, and some people think that too. They think, oh, because I did it. Oh, that's not true. The devil is a liar. I just want somebody to know that today. Don't listen. I can tell you so many stories. And people get them, they get amnesia. They don't remember. But I can tell you so many stories. But I just want to encourage you, if that's you, do the work so you can be inspired. Do the work so that you can begin to obtain relationships that are real, long-lasting, and covenant relationships. Okay?